before and after kitchen. Now this is a mistake on my part, except for the fact that I just wore out because I did so much work at this house. The junk stuff up there, but it's a perfect thing to show you, even though this is what we ended up using it as. The main point here is, see the backsplash? We put in a new one. It was just awful. And then this is perfect example.
It looks like stuff.
Even if you have a really nice towel and it's in 3 folds, and you know what I'm talking about with 3 folds, right? All towels go in 3 folds, boom, boom. Even if it's nice, take it off for the photos. Take the throw rug out with it and just basically clear off your counters, even if you're going to stick stuff underneath. Okay, now we left a few nice things, and if I'm leaving out the utensils, okay, I'm taking out the bright red spatula. I'm taking out the bright blue spatula, unless they're all blue or something like that. Make it so it's not packed with everything. This house was incredibly unique in that all the rooms were used incorrectly. And we could put them back. Okay, that's the dining room table in the kitchen. Okay, this is the how it ends up being. Okay, so we got green plants, comfort. I mean, it's just crisp, it's clean, it's move-in ready. I'm not going to argue with you whether you like Manchester tan or not. It just works. Okay, you can move in. This is the living room. Doesn't feel warm. This is one of those bookshelves that's 20 million things all over it. This is the living room. Please envision a TV right here, some of these pictures. We switched out the carpets and just crisp and cleaned it. Again, and his paint was dingy at best, so we just repainted. So again, same guy, it's guy decorating. This is this bedroom, this is this. We crisp and cleaned it. Obviously, if the blinds were up, it would have been better.
I like the laundry thing.
Oh, at the time. I mean, okay, so the chair goes. The bed gets moved over. I need more room, because when you walk in a room, which way do people look when you walk in a room? Well, if you're looking at the room, which way do you look?
Towards the bed.
Left to right. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so make sure your left side looks the best when you go rather than the right. So I go into this one. It's $1 million home. It's hard to tell what actually got done here. But first off, okay, so you got little things under 5 inches, teeny, right? Does that look like $1 million home centerpiece? You've got a runner that's blue. Does it go with anything? Is it even an accent? Sometimes, like you'll see, most of the stuff I buy, if I'm accenting in red, typically, not always. You got these chairs, which scream, I can't fit at the dining room table.
Right. And why is the break front and the china cabinet both on the right-hand side of the table?
Well, it was a unique house, which way. So basically, then we took this table and the carpet, and literally I am on my hands and knees. They're lifting the table, and I'm helping them move the carpet and everything. We take this table, we go this way with it. You don't know, but this chair had white on the back of it, because when you open the French doors, it always hit it, And they're like, we just never thought about that, okay? So then when you do it crisp and clean, we got rid of all this junk over here. If you've got glass in your cabinet, in your kitchen, whatever, that means it's for display, not storage. Fix it. This house, the red, it was really simple thought. The red was already turning pink, because that's what red does. But stately,
Yeah. Country.
yeah. And the paint was old. So just because you're redoing the paint, like on the outside of a house, especially on the outside of a house, think, is this the right color? If you just because you're freshening up the paint and you're putting back an ugly color,
Doesn't really help.
doesn't get it. Every room in the house looked like this. It's okay. Their dogs got up on all the couches and sat next to me at the presentation. It's okay. I mean, that's fine. They're a very happy family. They volunteer. They do really great things. This guy's discovering all kinds of things that are great for America. Okay? But you can't sell it. And if you can smell it, you can't sell it. Or master bedroom. Pink scalloped. Okay? And that's the way. It's just the way. And on the heavy curtains and everything. All right. Now, here's the deal. When you're pulling up carpet for people and you're telling them that you think it's going to run about $250 a square foot to get this thing refinished, always give them a caveat, unless there's a problem under the carpet. 5 by 6 black spot right there. Okay, so it ended up costing about $600 more, but this is the black spot. And the guys came in, they put in new hardwood. They took out the black spot and they put in the hardwood and went with it.
If you ever do hardwood floors, have somebody do it. There are people that will butcher it and take out a spot like this and make a straight cut. The right way to do it is weave the boards in, so it looks original.
You gotta stagger them in. You gotta stagger them
while
in.
weaving them in.
Okay, so again, your rec room. Sometimes I'm getting rid of the wall, the paneling. I mean, there was a period, probably about 5 years, 6 years ago, that painting paneling wasn't so bad, but now it's kind of yuck. All right, so, but you could make this look like wainscoting. So we took this paneling and we left it. All we did was just paint it and put in new carpet with it. And remember, when it's vacant, all the imperfections show more. So it's even more important to go and do these kinds of things. Okay, simple in here, same kind of idea. This house was all white. You know, if somebody starts working on the house before they talk to me, a go-to color, and again, sorry guys, I'm gonna get you, for what guys is white. White is like bright yellow. Bright white, bright yellow. It doesn't work. It looks terrible. It looks wonderful if you're in a contemporary. It looks wonderful if your house is black and white. I mean, there's exception rooms, but overall, it doesn't work. There's nothing to do with it. So we went ahead, quick paint, and went with it. Go ahead. All right, this one's interesting from the standpoint, we staged it twice. First, that's professional pictures. They only let me do so much year one when we put it on the market. Okay, and part of that was because the husband was very ill. Year two, we didn't sell it. We started at, $9. We didn't get there. We got it down to $850. We didn't get there. Was it year two? I'm like, we got to put hardwoods in here, especially considering she's got all the antiques and everything else. And yes, I know that's going to be a bit of a challenge no matter what. I mean, you're going to go admire them, but so then we put in the hardwood floors. We had a bathroom like that on the left. Home Depot tile, Home Depot sink, faucets. What would you buy? We painted the deck two-tone. I'm not a two-tone person, but she really wanted it. It went with the gazebo roof. Okay, so that was fine. Here, the picture for this was a whole wall. Then we've just put the banister in. Totally opened up the basement. I mean, it speaks volumes for the difference. This costs $100. It does, but wasn't it worth it? Okay, we took down all the paneling. And now you see this beautiful fireplace with everything. But that was round two. Then we sold it. We had it on the market for $850. We got 2 contracts within 48 hours, and it hasn't closed yet, but it went above $850. Same thing again. Put in the banisters. The banister, typical house, 2,000 square foot or something like that. That's about $1,500. It costs about the same to refinish them too, but not always. It just depends. Sometimes your contractors will give you better prices if they're hurting for money. So I got two of them. I call around. What can you do for me now? What can you do for me there? So I switch between them. You don't really want to get wed to one floor person, one painter, one anything. Two, and I tell them I'm getting bids from both. They know it.
Do you investigate different okay, so the banister on the left looks like it's one of those old metal
It's a wrought
ones
iron.
that's-
A wrought iron came with the
wrought
house.
iron that came with the
It's in my house.
Do you investigate other materials other than the typical wood top and, the pickets? Like something that might be, I mean, it might cost a little more, but it might just acrylic banister or,
Well, you've got the wrought iron ones that are gorgeous, but it's just, I'm not going to get return on investment on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you also see, too, some places where they do the dark chocolate floors and they do the dark chocolate banister. We are, again, like Francis said, appealing to the masses. Okay. I still had to work with velvet couches, okay? But, you pull the carpet out a little bit more. You center it a little bit more. You get the lamps. You get rid of this kind of stuff. It just has no place there. Again, this was a single guy. He's over 60. People over 50, like myself, are the hardest ones to deal with because we know it all. Okay, so just be more patient with them. You just have to keep saying it. You younger people that are 35 and under, you like us moms to come in there and give you ideas. You're used to listening to us. So it works. So in the same house, he made it into a 3-bedroom. It's a 4-bedroom colonial. Do I have to put a wall up? Well, do you really want to sell it as a 3-bedroom? So it's like we got rid of this stuff. We put the wall about right there, put it back. That's one of my bedspreads. Painted it up, put some carpet in. We got rid of these cabinetries. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, having vision and ideas. They can say no, but even if they say no, when you leave, do they think you're knowledgeable? Do they think you're the professional? Yes. Same house. Lived for 10 years with a wet basement with mildew. Okay? You can't tell, but I mean, right down here, it's just like black everywhere. So we got the waterproof people in. It was a $6,000 fix. The place smelled great. Be Dry Morrison, again, on your list. They will give you a lifelong warranty that goes to the next person. So it's just not a big deal. Rarely do I go into something and go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How can I fix it? And I've got a feel for pricing. Okay. Orange. I learned my lesson the hard way on that in a $1 million home. First off, staging wise, you've got a focal point that's not being used over here. It's just crazy. I also, remember when you're hanging your pictures, what height are you hanging them for?
I love height.
I know if a guy hung the picture. It's a 5'4" person, my height. Okay? So we brought this down just to that. We got rid of this stuff up here. I mean, we just totally rearranged it.
So tall. That's awesome.
Yeah, I totally know when the wife tells him where to put it, but the husband puts him up for his eyesight. All right. I didn't get a new bedspread, but I did get it crisped up a lot better. I got to at least pick which pictures were up there, and we got rid of this. Now this is a $1 million house. It's unbelievable, 2-story. The bedrooms had these staircases that were added with bonus rooms on top, cool pool, but it just wouldn't happen. And quite honestly, until we painted that orange in the family room and the orange in the kitchen, the minute we painted it, 2 offers. I had to then you pay and you have to re-photo shoot. You just do. It doesn't. If you ask them to spend more money, you've got to spend more money. Okay. This is one of the ones that's white. It's a condo. It's a high rise. The white worked in that one. And then again, it's just. I mean, I walk into a room. I see this. My head's going nuts. The couch is not centered. Okay. We've got this back here. The carpet is not centered in front of the sofa. The table is not centered on the carpet. All I got to do is just this. Same stuff. And oh, by the way, brought in a 6-foot. So after it was done, what did she go out and do? Go to Home Goods and say, God, that was a great idea. And that 6 foot's like $100.